Hello guys, probably it started. Big shifting of capital, big capital shifting from US dollar, from US stock market, from US properties, from of course everything from United States has begun. It probably started, so big shifting from US dollar that now is actually on the top, really on the top. Probably has started. What does it mean? That means big capital, billions of billions, dollars and euros will come back to emerging markets where you can actually create out of capital around probably 200, 300, 400% just trading Central European Union countries' currency and Central European Union countries' stock market and Central European Union countries' real estate properties. Actually now almost all Central European countries' currency is so cheap. You can see it's so cheap that it cannot be cheaper. It is the cheapest in the history, actually. Central European currencies are very, very strong and can drop down very fast and can rise very fast. They can go up very, very fast. And this is the case because you make money on buying cheap, selling expensive. Selling expensive, buying cheap. All capital went to US dollar, to US companies, to S&P, to US dollar during this troubles, during this all problems, the Ukrainian problem, closing countries and economic problems, destroying businesses, destroying currencies, putting down interest rates, everything and all. Everything went to US dollar, to Swiss franc, even Chinese renminbi just went up, and now it is coming back probably to European central countries within the European Union. What does it mean? It means that actually you can see this chart now, and this is the biggest, the largest currency, the most traded currency with the in Central Europe. In Central Europe, and you can see what it is here. It is USD PLN. It is a Polish currency. It is a nation of 50 or 60 million in Europe. It depends how you count it. Within the whole Europe, probably there is around 50-55 million Polish people. Who knows? Maybe 60 million. Polish currency is one of the biggest currencies in within the European Union and in whole Europe. Actually, you know, Central Europe is Central Europe. What to say? However, Central Europe have this problem that they have their own currency and they can put it down or put it up. And during crisis, they just the currency weakens, and that's why it's so cheap now. However, US dollar they cannot put up interest rate anymore up. I think it doesn't matter if they put even more, because it will not strengthen their currency. The US dollar will not get stronger probably if they raise interest rates even more. Now US dollar is 4%. The Fed interest rate, base rate for US dollar is now 4%. It's so high. However, US dollar is weakening. Even that the interest rate is so high, US dollar is weakening. Look, what does it mean? That means that the transition of capital from US dollar and large S&P and stock market could started as it usually been in last 30 years for many times. Actually, we have this how to call it, this period of coming back capital to Central Europe after some problems. This is how it is. In Central Europe, you can make so much money. Maybe not you, this is not advice, but this is how they do, how big investors and smart people make money just on shifting capital from expensive stock market that cannot go up anymore and is going down, or from expensive currency to cheap currency. You see, and I will try to explain how it works over last 30 years. Actually, people who knows it, they make a lot of money. It's it's amazing how they make this money. Look, this is USD PLN. USD PLN. This is USD dollar against Polish gold. It is called, Polish currency is called gold, zloty. Polish gold, USD against Polish gold. And as you can see, this is last 30 years chart. And this chart represents, this is what I'm trying to explain you, and I'm going to explain you this how plenty of investors make so much money that you even don't imagine of. It is so easy. They just shifting this capital from one place to another place. First from USD, very expensive. They just use very old standard. They just use standard that been with humanity for last thousands of years. This is simple. This is so simple, but it's been with us for many years. It is a I call it trading standard. You have only two options in this trading standards. You know, Europe is an old continent. Europe is a place where trade actually was developing in the human history. Europe is mother, United States is daughter or son or something like this. Australia is also our child, actually child of the United Kingdom. However, people know that United States and United Kingdom are like really different, and there is no much of the United Kingdom in United States now. This is obvious, and probably there is, as I know, there is whatever. I am coming back. How they making money on these European central countries? Because I'm talking about Central Europe now. Central Europe within the European Union. Yes, so this is very important to say that, because you know, European Union is like rich, like it's not rich like United States, but it's kind of rich like United States. United States has dollar, but we've got euro. However, we also got local currencies like Polish zloty, and Polish zloty is used by around 60 million Polish people, 55 million Polish people with Polish roots within the European Union. Just by Polish people. There are also countries, so around maybe 150 million people or 200 million people or even more really need Polish zloty. So look how they do it. Look, this is a 95th. This was 30 years ago, over here, 30 years ago. And over 30 years ago, $1 cost, how much? 2 zloty. However, after a few years, dollar was You can see exactly today's price. On this level. Dollar was on the level, on this today's level. And people would think during this time that dollar would never cost like 2 zloty again. However, after a few years, from almost 5 zloty per dollar, US dollar dropped, and rate USD PLN was 2 zloty again. And then after a few months, people could gain 100% because zloty again cost 4 zloty, yes. So actually price was, after a few months, price was again 4 zloty. So here they could trade down, they could make 100%, even more, even more. Look, if you been shopping here, if you bought dollar for 2 zloty per dollar, $1 million, if you bought $1 million, you could have $2 million after few months, and then you could earn again 30, 40, 50% after a few months, just trading USD against PLN, and again 20, 30, 40% within like few months. Again, after a few months, you would earn again 10, 40, 50%, and again and again and again. You see, and again, how much they can money on this exchanging. And now US dollar is on the top again. Just few weeks ago, dollar was over 5 zloty per dollar. Yeah, and big investors, they know when dollar is 5 zloty, wow, that is the top. Like, so how this could be that dollar could cost even more? So this is what they do. They always sell US dollar on the top, because probably it started probably US dollar is too expensive now, and people don't want to buy anything from United States because dollar is too expensive. If you look in Poland, in Central Europe, you could buy service from United States just for 350 zloty. Today, a few weeks ago, you would have to pay 30 or 40% for the same service from United States, plus inflation. So you would have to pay for US services, US products, 40-50% more than 2 years ago. You know, people can hold it like for a few months, even for 1 year, but people have enough. If they have to pay 50% more for service, they just starting shifting from US services and products, and they start looking for different products. So US economy is losing. And this is what is happening now. People don't want to buy any more dollar because the service is too expensive from United States and products, so they don't buy. Oh, they buy. In Poland, for example, they buy a lot of weapons. they gonna buy like weapons from, you know, from United States for around, I don't know, $100 billion or something like this. It's so much, and also United States is going to build atomic plants, something like this, and so people still need dollar. They need dollar. However, like ordinary people, they don't need it. So they buy now Polish zloty because it's very, 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 very cheap. So if you buy very cheap Polish zloty, that means it's good. If we use this standard, trade standard that I'm talking about, the trade standard, I'm talking about is selling expensive, buying cheap. And so what is expensive now? Dollar is expensive. So what you do with dollar? Sell the dollar. Yes, because it's expensive. This is what this standard, this trade standard used for thousands of years in Europe and our world, our Latin world, been used. You sell expensive and you buy cheap. Dollar is very expensive and interest rates is so expensive, so high that even don't work anymore for making dollar more expensive. It's just making economy slowing. However, the inflation is so high, so they have to do it anymore. So this is what they say. So what does it mean? That dollar is coming back to its value from before closing economies, from before Ukrainian crisis, from before everything else what happened last 2 years. So dollar is going, you see, dollar is pulsing here and is going down, and probably will be around here soon. I don't know, 6 months, 4 months. Of course, it could not happen because geopolitical causes or geopolitical problems, new facts that we faced can change it. However, this is what been happening for last over 30 years. So dollar is going up, dollar is going down, dollar is going up and down, going up and down, and people just making money. I'm not telling you, and this is not advice to you. Remember, this is not advice. This is just educational movie. This is educational and just for information purposes. I am just describing what big investors do for last 30 years and what they probably doing just now. So they're making money on Central European currency, and if they exchange now from this very high point for US dollar, they can end up, let's say, imagine that is one investor exchanged $10 million, and for exchanging $10 million just a few weeks ago, you could get 50 million zlotys. 50 million zlotys. Soon it could happen that zloty will come back to its value. As it always did in the past. You know, it's been happening. Look for the chart, and soon $1 would be around I know 3.3 PLN. And what does it mean? It means that if you buy back dollars here, if they buy dollars here, they would make just for exchanging Polish zloty to dollar again. Yeah, if dollar will come back to, let's say, 3.2 PLN. First, they sold $10 million for 50 million zlotys, Polish gold, and then after Polish gold got back to its standards, to its value. So actually US dollar as well, as you can see, US dollar is rising, and this is not the best for their economy. This is not the best to have very expensive currency, because you don't sell nothing. You will not be able to sell services. You will not be able to sell your product because it will be too expensive. Dollar is too expensive now. People are closing services from United States. United States is service empire. United States is a service empire. Everybody have some service from United States. Soon Twitter gonna put up this tweak, this paid tweak or tweak, I don't know, the paid tick, yeah. Everybody will pay for Twitter, so everybody will have this service from United States. However, so much people have service from United States, but now it's too expensive and people are canceling it. Yeah, even me. Because it's too expensive. It's alright if Polish zloty will come back to this, for 350, and that won't be very expensive. Then it will be normal price that I could pay. It's okay, but I don't like it now anymore. I really don't like it. Nobody likes to, spend 40% more, 50% more just because, US dollar is so expensive. No way. And look what happened. If dollar will come back to its normal value against Polish gold, Polish zloty PLN, you will be able to buy for 50 million zlotys, which was $10 million, around $16 million. So people just for exchanging US dollar to PLN could make within like 6 months or within like 12 months, just for exchanging $10 million into Polish currency, they can make what? 60%, but only if they exchange Polish zloty to cheap dollar within when Polish zloty will be very expensive, a dollar will be on its normal price. When Polish zloty will come back to normal price. Yeah? So for just in 6 months, 12 months, investors can make the same way how they did in the past, just around, out of $10 million, around $16 million. Can you imagine? However, just imagine what will happen if US dollar will go, let's say, to 250. Just during 2011, US dollar was 260, yes, 2011, just like 10 years ago, not far away. However, during 2008 collapse, dollar was just 2 PLN, but I'm not thinking that it will go down so much. However, it can, if it happened already 2008, why would it not happen today? The Fed printed so much money, US dollar is so, interest is so high, was for so long so low, so why would this not happen? If Polish zloty can cost 5 zloty, why would dollar would not cost 2 zloty? I don't know if that will happen. However, imagine just if dollar just for, I don't know, for 1 month, just for 1 month, will go down to 2011 level. So then for this investment, for this exchanging USD to PLN, they could make 260, they could make 20 or almost $20 million. So out of $10 million, they would make $20 million. However, interest rate in Poland now is 6.75 base interest rate for the national bank, for Polish zloty. However, in some banks they pay even 8%. So if they manage to put, for example, this 50 million zloty for 1 year, on 7%, let's say. So out of 50, they just get interest rate out of the bank 7%. Imagine. So just for keeping 50 million bucks in just for keeping 50 million zloty out of 10 million bucks in 10 million bucks in Polish banks, they would get just on interest rate 7% for 12 months. So that means just for keeping 50 million Polish zloty in Polish bank, you could get 3.5 million zloty in 1 year. So it means you can get around $1 million dollars just for keeping Polish zloty in the bank. Can you imagine? However, out of this 53.5 million zloty, if you exchange it back to US dollar, to USD, on rate, using rate 2.6, you would get, you would get 20, you would get 53, you would get plus 7%, 7%, you would get, sorry, my calculator, so, you would get around 20 almost over $21 million. Mathematics doesn't lie. Almost 20, let's say $20 million. Okay, so you've got this $20 million for just exchanging it back when PLN US dollar will be 260, for example. However, now is the best because it's not the end. Just for exchanging US dollar to PLN, they can make out of $10 million, $20 million, and then this is what they say: if they don't cash out, if they don't change it back and just take their earnings, they can. You see, I said in the beginning that you can make on currency and on Central European countries stock market, and then on very cheap properties that are going down now. Look. Look for this. This is 20 biggest companies on Polish stock market. This is index. And probably it just began. It started now. This is last 20, 30 years. This is the Polish stock market. Just 20 biggest companies on Polish stock market are the same. Like Polish zloty against dollar is just the best place to make money. As you can see, for these big investors, yes? Maybe not for you, because if you do it, you may lose your all money. Remember that this is not advice. If you don't know, don't understand, don't do it, because you can lose all your money. However, this is how they make 200, 300, 400% within 2 years, 3 years. This is how they do on Central European currencies, on Central European stock markets. When market is down and currency is down and properties are down, and when they cheap, then they buy it and then they sell it with big gain. So this is what they do. It's the same like the currency. You see, stock market in Poland is not going like this Facebook stocks, or like Facebook stock is going like this and then it collapses like that. Stock is over. Facebook is over. Yes, if you invested in stock in Facebook here, you are over. You lost 75%. Yes, because Facebook stocks went down. You lost it. Yes. However, stock market in Poland is the best place to make money when you sell expensive and buy cheap. This trade standard is with Europe for thousands of years. Remember, civilization has begun in Mesopotamia, in near Europe, and then it spread here to Europe, and to Central Europe, and then to United States. So look what is happening. They buy cheap, sell expensive. Buy cheap, sell expensive. Buy cheap, sell expensive. Buy cheap. They make like 200-300% here. They sell, they sell, they buy. They sell, they buy. They sell, they buy. They sell, they buy. What they do now? They buy. And then they will sell here or something like this. I think that will go up because they printed so much money, they created so much money, because of the lowest interest ever. So there is so much money in cycle here that there was like twice less money. Anyway, they made like 100% in the beginning of 2020. I was forecasting that, and actually I was right again and again and over again, and probably it has begun. Of course, geopolitical things and other things can end it, always. So remember that this is very risky to do this, and if you don't know currencies, if you don't know markets, don't do it, because you can lose all your money. Remember that this is what they expect to say. Yeah, this is what they expect to say, because so after dollar will get stronger, they can then they can buy for buying this Polish zloty. For buying this Polish zloty, they can straight go to the stock market and buy here, and buy here, and they can wait in stock market. They can wait in stock market until Polish zloty gets stronger. Yeah, Polish zloty interest rate is 7%. That means Polish zloty will get stronger and stronger. Polish zloty is getting stronger now because people get on with the stock market in Poland, because they find out, well, what is happening, how they make money. You see, the last video I have made about this, that it will happen, was here. You can read it. It was here, and I said that will go up. And then last video I said it will go up. It was here, and probably it will go up. Of course, it may not go up. It may be like this, like this. It can go down like this. It can happen. However, it never did. It never happened. Yeah, so probably it will go up somewhere. So they can make 100% if they investing now 50 million zloty. They can make in 12 months, like in 2020, 100%. So they will make 100 million zlotys plus dividends, because they pay dividends. So interest on dividends. So they can make even 10%. So they can make out of value 100%, and for dividends they can make 10%. Let's say 5 only. So they can make 105 million, and then here when the stock market will be expensive, they will get out. They will get out of the sinking boat going through the ocean, and then boat getting too much people on the board, and they getting out because Titanic was Titanic hit the iceberg. So they know that probably they will somewhere here, or maybe here, or maybe here, or maybe here, who knows? They printed so much money around the world and Europe. Maybe here, some people, they have balls and they keep it long. But we keep it not very strong. Let's say here, yeah, you understand? So they will get 105 million out of 50 million. And then when here dollar will be very cheap, well, it will go back to its value. They can exchange this 150 million zloty. Let's say when dollar will be 3 zlotys, 350. Let's say 350. So out of 105 million zloty, they can make $30 million. So just in 12 months, 6 months, 7 months, 15 months, 20 months, it can happen that can make 200%. Yeah. Out of $10 million, they will be able to buy, exchanging back to US dollar, $30 million. Can you imagine? Just for switching from US dollar to Polish zloty and then to Polish stock market, and then to get out of the boat when stock market will be overheated, and Polish zloty will be now much stronger, because interest rate is very high. It's one of the highest in Europe, and it is good for making currency stronger. And then when this currency will be very strong, before lowering interest rate, they will get out of the boat, and probably WIG20 will go down again, but they will get out and they will buy cheap dollars, so they will make around $30 million out of $10 million just for, just putting money from one bank account to another bank account and buying just very cheap stock market. That's it. Shares, yeah, that's it. But some of the investors, they've got even bigger balls, and what will happen within 1 year or 2 or 3 years? Now I will show you. Now, because the Polish properties today, the value of Polish properties are so high. Actually, you need to, because this is European Union, it is open market. European Union, Central Europe, Warsaw. Today, Polish properties are so expensive. The value of Polish properties are the same as value of UK, United Kingdom, England, Manchester properties. Yes, price is the same in big cities. In Warsaw even more expensive than in Manchester. But in Manchester you have, Manchester City and Manchester United. In Warsaw is more expensive. Warsaw today is more expensive than in Manchester. Some properties are like in London. Seriously, go and check it. However, it will go down because interest rate on the mortgages are 10%. So it will go down. Today, only cash buyers can buy in Poland, as nobody can buy it for, if you buy overpriced property with an overpriced mortgage, with too high mortgage, then you are over, you will go down. It's stupid. However, this scenario will put down property price around 10, 20, 30, even 40%, maybe even 50%, because now there are a lot of cash buyers in Poland. However, mortgages are not selling. Mortgage market is dead now, and it's good, because who takes mortgage with 10% interest rate on not fixed not fixed interest rate, however, with a variable. Can you imagine? With a variable, tracker, because they don't have in Poland so much fixed mortgages. It's crazy, you know, for people from States and from UK. Can you imagine to take mortgage where you don't have fixed mortgage interest rates? And you can end up from £1,000 per month monthly payment to £4,000 per month monthly payments. Can you imagine? And this is what is happening now. However, we are talking now about investors, not ordinary people. So this is what they do. Poland house price. You see, house price index. Look, where is house price index? Today interest rate is 10%. Here interest rate was 1.5 probably. I don't remember well. Here interest rate was 1.5, and then they've been lowering interest rates. So if you lower interest rates, the property price is going up. This is obvious. Everybody knows that. And you know, they've been lowering interest rates and printing money. You see, lowering, and here interest rate was zero. Yeah. Interest rate was zero. And the problem is that, you know, the people in Poland, they take mortgages with variable interest rate. So they, when they put interest rate up now, they have to pay like, wow, 2-3 times more than they had to pay before. So it's like over for them. So they have to sell houses. But if they sell, they maybe cash out. However, you see, they've been lowering this interest rate here. Interest rate was zero, and now, you know, they've been. You see, here interest rate was zero, but now, here, from now, they've been, you know, lowering interest rate, but now they rising interest rate, and interest rate is 6.75. 6.75, that means mortgages are on 10% rate, so nobody can buy it, only cash buyers, and properties, house price to income ratio now in Poland is like 3 or 4 times you know, bigger than in UK. Yeah, it's disaster. However, we are talking now about investing. So now properties must go down. They will go down. Interest rate was zero here. Yeah, zero here. So it will go down to this, you know, price that been inflated, and the bubble must burst, and it will. Stock market is cooling down quite strong, quite slowly. You know, Polish people, they first sell, you know, sell their cars, everything, but they pay mortgage. They don't want to lose their houses. However, it must come to the end, sadly. So the properties will go down 10, 30, 40%, maybe 50%. And remember what I said, after you know, after stock market will go, stock market gonna be to hit when will be on its top, and they will get out of the stock market. However, they will make out of $10 million, they will make $30 million, and they can then put, and many people will do that because they better want real estate than, you know, paper. If if you ask me what you would better have, what would you rather have, $100 million or 300 properties in Poland? I say 300 properties without the mortgages, because dollar can get, you know, like worthless, or it can get like they can steal it, whatever, inflations, tralala. You know, if you ask me, what would you do if you would have to choose between having $100 million or 300 properties? Let's say 50 properties in Poland, 50 properties in Italy, 50 properties in Greece, 50 properties in, I know, Croatia, 50 properties in, Spain, 50 properties in France, etc. I would say I rather have these properties, yes, than cash. So this is what they gotta do. They may buy so much properties, and they will buy properties around here for this $30 million. And when they will get these properties, properties gives you so much money for renting. Renting is like 5-7%, and then properties also will rise again. This is normal. Properties always go up, over time. They get down, but then they go up because they print money, and money is worthless over time, inflation, etc. And sooner or later, properties are getting back, mortgages are getting cheaper, and people forget about last crisis, the last depression, etc., and they start buying. So, and the problem with Poland is that people forget very fast. Now it's internet, but in 2008 we had internet. Maybe now it's different, but they forget very fast, and they gonna start, like buying properties like crazy. Probably, I bet it, because I speak with those people, and they seem to forget very fast and don't understand many things, and they gonna, but it's all over the world actually like this. But so this investor will buy for $30 million, let's say, properties for $30 million, and within 5 years those properties will be worth around $50 million. However, for this $50 million over 5 years, they will get maybe 20% for renting, or like this, something like this, or maybe 30%. So they will get, out of $10 million, around $80 million. They will get very, very rich. So just plenty investors. I'm not telling you, because this is not advice. I'm not telling to do this because it's very risky, and but this is what they do over 30-40 years. So they now probably exchanging on the top of the price USD to PLN. So they're getting so much PLN for very expensive dollars. They put it to stock market. Stock market will go up 100%, or they put it to 8% interest rate in the banks. Maybe they later put some money in the stock market, or if they put it in the stock market faster, the stock market will go up. That will be around, I don't know, 100%, 80-50. They will make a lot of money. They will make a lot of money. They will get out of this, $30 million, because because currency will go back to its normal value. Sometime there must be over one day of this what is happening, and then properties will go down, like I showed you, because are overpriced. They will buy for this $30 million those properties. Those properties will go up to even 100%, because if properties get down 50% and they go up to its price from before, it's 100%. so out of 30 million dollars, they will get 60 plus renting those properties, so that they can make 80, 90, or even 100% out of 10 million. I'm sorry, $100 million out of $10 million within, I don't know, 6, 7, 4 years, 5 years, 8 years, 3 years. It depends. However, it's 1000% just for like this. And you know, Poland is very developed country. Just go. You know, have you been in Poland? If you've never been in Poland, go check it. How Poland is nice. Warsaw, Tri-City, Kraków, Wrocław, Poznań. It's beautiful. It's so nice. During summer it's nice, and during winter you've got, you know, during summer you've got a sea. It's very nice, nice beaches, very nice beaches in Poland. Very nice cities, very nice parties, very good food. And during summer there is a, you know, mountain, you know, skiing, snowboarding. It's beautiful. And during summer is a kite surfing and parties everywhere. It's nice. Okay, guys, this is what they say. Remember, investing is risky. This is not advice, and this is not a map for you. This is informational. What they do over the last 30 years, what they do, and what they are probably doing now, and how they going to make $100 million out of $10 million. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Good luck, and hear you soon.